Hey now, take a step outside and seize the day now. Set aside your...
Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Finally, I am back with another video. I apologise, it's been so long since I've done a video, and it's also been really long since I've done part of the Ultimate Colouring Challenge that I've set to do as a series on my YouTube channel. So I am back today. We're going to be carrying on with the Ultimate Colouring Challenge. I am going to try and get as much done as I can because we are going really slow with this. But I've been really absent for the past probably about 2-3 weeks because I actually got really ill. I don't know what it was. It wasn't the dreaded virus that's going around, but I don't know what it was, and I was literally in bed for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. I felt completely lazy. I need to get up and do something. I managed to get a little bit of colouring and cross stitching done amongst that time, but not much because I didn't have any energy and didn't feel like it. But the colouring bug and the stitching bug is definitely back, and I have actually done a couple of finishes this week, which I'm really proud of, because normally I start projects and never finish them, or pages and never finish them. So I'm actually going to be trying to organise a video towards the end or middle of October where I'll go through all of my finished colouring pages, because I know I haven't done a video like that yet, so I'm definitely due to do that. So I promise I will get that organised. As you can see today though, we are going to carry on with the Ultimate Colouring Challenge. We have not even finished a page yet, and I'm determined to get this done. So let's get started on this page today. So like I said, we'll carry on with this. I literally feel completely out of the loop because it's been ages since I even started this page. I know I said I wanted to do the top half like a nighttime, the bottom half kind of a daytime theme, so I'm going to try and do that as best I can. So I think we're going to do kind of a light blue sky behind the flowers. Do the flowers, I might do them in yellow, a little bit like sunflowers. And we'll try and carry on a bright theme along the bottom and then move up. I don't know what colour to do the dragon. I really stuck with that one. So I've actually picked two colours from the polychromos that I've not used yet, which is pretty cool and exciting. And I have the light phthalo blue, I don't know if that's how you say it, 145, and phthalo blue 110. So we'll see how these look, and I'm going to do the background where the flowers are. So I'll pop a little bit of music in while I do that, but I'll keep it at normal speed for you and not speed it up. I know a lot of people prefer that. I think I'm going to start around here, kind of make it like the ivory separating. Just make sure you can see that on the screen. I'm really happy with this. I've never created anything like that before with light, and I can't stop looking at it, which I know is a bit big-headed, but you know when you do something and you actually shock yourself. It's kind of what I've done. Like, I have never created something that looks like light shining on something before, so I'm going to really try and do that again in the future. So I'm going to start with should we start with light at the top or light at the bottom? I'll start with light at the top. So what I'm going to do is just go in really light at first, because obviously I think I've mentioned before with the polychromos they're a lot more difficult to blend than Prismacolors are. So it's best to go in with a really light layer first, put your colours down where you want them, and then build up, go back in with a few more layers and build up the blend and build up the colour so that there's no kind of green of the paper shining through. I'm sorry if you can hear dogs barking. I can hear it. We haven't got the window open or anything, and I'm in my office, and the dog's actually over the road. But you can hear it really well in here, so I apologise for that. I'm going to bring it down probably just a bit over halfway, because I don't want it to be dark. I just want it to look like it's fading into kind of darkness, because it kind of does that when you're looking into the distance. The sky kind of does just look darker when it gets towards the ground for some reason. darker bit, bring it up to the light, and then try and blend it when we get there. Okay, I kind of brought them up to meet here, just past the middle, and I'm gonna go over with the lighter blue now and just go back over the whole thing and press harder over the top of the dark blue to make sure all the colour is down. And I don't like it when you can see the tooth of the paper shining through your colour, so I always like to completely cover the pieces, as you can see, because I press really hard, which is pretty bad, especially for the back of the page. You shouldn't really do that. Like, you can get the same effect by just adding layers after layers, but I'm really impatient and I always just end up pressing down really hard. So don't learn from me. Do not take my advice. That would be my advice. Do not take my advice. It's kind of weird because this mouse now looks like it's just hovering in the air and standing in the middle of the sky, but oh well. I'm sure it'll just turn out okay, I guess. It can be a floating mouse, nothing wrong with that. I'm going over the lines quite a lot. I feel like I'm out of whack, like I'm not sure how to colour anymore. The easiest way to make sure that you cover all the teeth of the paper as well is to go in a circular motion, because then obviously you're coming at the paper from all the directions, which will cover all of the kind of little holes in the paper with your colours. Fun fact, I have a phobia of holes. It's called trypophobia, and the thought of holes, even looking at holes in anything, makes me literally, I get goosebumps, I feel sick, I can't stand it. it's horrible. It's really weird. If you look up trypophobia, you'll figure out whether you have it too or not. But it's pretty horrible. And yeah, I discovered that I have that. A fear of holes. Just like a normal hole would be fine, seeing as like a hole in the ground like that wouldn't bother me. It's when there's loads of little holes. It's that kind of holy thing. Why is there a bit of a stem? I don't know. We're good, we're good. So what I'm doing now, obviously, as you can see, I'm just, after bringing the light blue down, I'm going in and bringing the dark blue up to meet the light blue, and kind of not really pressing too hard once I reach the light blue that I've already pressed down hard, just because I don't want to overrule the light blue. I want it to kind of mix together to make it blend. So I'm not trying to get rid of the light blue by going over it. I'm trying to blend the colours together a little bit. So yeah. I have gone over the lines so many times. It's ridiculous. I'm not even sure why. Maybe it's just because the book's so far away from me. Normally I'm quite a bit closer to the book than what I am right now. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. I keep colouring over the stalks of the flowers as well, thinking they're just normal stems. Good job I have mini rabbits. Comes in totally handy. If you don't have one of these, I don't know what they are, then the link is down below in my description for Amazon, where you can get one of these Mono Zero Tombow erasers, and they're super tiny so that you can get into the really small spaces. And at first I thought I'm not going to use that very much because I need a big tough rubber, but I actually use it more than the big rubber. It comes in so handy. I do have affiliate links down below in my description. It feels weird saying it, but I am an affiliate of Amazon, and it just means that if you click on the link and then buy something from Amazon through the link, then I just get a little bit of commission from Amazon. It doesn't affect the price that you pay at all. You aren't paying me anything. It comes straight from Amazon, and they just give me a little bit of pocket money. It's not much at all, but it does help support the channel a little bit. And it also means I can keep up with new stuff, so I can kind of showcase it in the channel or experiment, so we can start doing different things and different techniques in the videos, because I'm actually getting into a lot more stuff in the craft community, and I have some like rubber stamps on the way with the acrylic blocks and ink pads and stuff, because I want to try and add that into my colouring pages somewhere. So I have some like the sponge dauber things where you can brush the ink on, which I want to try and do for a background somewhere. And then I've got some actual stamps coming, and I think they're Halloween ones if I can remember right, the ones I actually got. There is a lot more in my Amazon wish list if you did want to have a look for yourself or anything to get ideas or just see what they look like. I've added them all to my Amazon wish list, the ones that I'm going to get eventually or hoping to get, and the link for that's down below, so if you take a peek you'll see what I mean. And I want to try and do that. Like, I found some stamps where it's kind of like silhouette trees, and I thought that would be really cool. You know, some of the colouring pages you can just stamp on the like black silhouette trees in the background. I thought that might go quite nice. And the Halloween ones that I have coming, they have things like, I think it's a cat and it says Happy Halloween, and I think there's some blood dripping, so I thought that'd be really cool, especially in the horror colouring books, just to add something a bit different and just experiment a bit more, have a bit more fun with all the arts and crafts. So by using the affiliate links down below, I really do appreciate it, because it does help me out a lot, and it does mean that I can purchase some cool stuff so we can do some fun experimenting on the channel. If there is something that you'd like to see me try or do, then please feel free to leave a comment or message me privately, whatever you'd like to do, and just suggest something that you'd like me to try out to see what it's like, or to have a go at, or to just do for fun, you know, within reason. Just drop me a comment, because I'm definitely up for stuff like that. I'm getting way more experimental with my colouring now that I've got into it a lot more. I never used to even think about adding any extra stuff. It used to just be like, oh, pencils and that's it. But now I've got stencils to do shapes, all sorts of stuff. So it's getting quite exciting, and there is a lot of stuff that I've added to my Amazon wishlist. So if you want any ideas for yourself, you can go on my Amazon wishlist and like add the stuff to your wishlist. So if you want some ideas, just pop over there. But I'm actually loving Amazon at the minute. I used to be more of an eBay person, but I really got into Amazon, especially since I've been using Amazon Prime, where you can get stuff, it literally arrives the next day, and when you're impatient like me with the colouring stuff, it's really exciting. We even had something actually that we ordered the other day. I ordered it in the morning for my partner, and it came by 10 PM the same day, and I think that's really awesome, because how the hell can you process something that quick? Especially when there's so many people probably ordering from there every single day. They are definitely upping their game over at Amazon. And I feel like Prime's definitely worth it. I know it used to be something like £50, was that for the year or something? And it's actually different now. You pay monthly. I can't remember how much it is. I think it's like £6 or £8 or something. And you get so much, because you also get Prime movies, which is what I watch all the time. So it's kind of like accessing another Netflix with all different movies on. So you've got access to that. You've got access to like Prime Music. You have Prime Delivery. There's also a books part of it. There's so much now. So I definitely signed up for Prime, because I thought, I'm not trying to just advertise the stuff to you, but I was actually just shocked at all the stuff that came along with the Amazon Prime subscription, because they've definitely upgraded that too, because that didn't used to be full of so much goodies. But I do watch Amazon movies kind of thing all the time now. especially because they're free. Some of them you have to pay for, but most of them are included in your Amazon Prime subscription. And you also get some thing on Twitch. If you use Twitch and you're Amazon Prime member, you get like something like a free cheer for someone or a free follow, something like that for people on Twitch. So I think Amazon Prime are just looking into everything that they can kind of invest in and grow, aren't they? Because I didn't understand why Amazon was part of Twitch, because it's completely different. Obviously Twitch is just somewhere where people live stream and Amazon isn't, but I don't know. But there's a lot of cool crafty stuff on Amazon. So going back to what I've ordered, I will do a video showcasing it all when it all comes, but I've got the stamp set that's Halloween themed. I got a black ink pad which actually came today, just because I'll probably add the stamps in with black ink as it outlined to match the colouring pages. And then I have a distress ink pad coming. I can't remember what colour it is. It's my first ever one, and I'm trying to build up the whole collection of all the colours. I know that they're really good for inks, and the colour that I've ordered, it looks really nice. I think it's kind of like a nude pinky lavendery colour, and I thought that might be a nice colour to try out for backgrounds with the like dauber things, so we can give it a go when it all arrives. It wasn't even that expensive either. The distress inks are more expensive than just getting plain like cheaper inks, but I knew that they are a lot better. And you know, when you're a crafter, you kind of just like collecting stuff, I think, or maybe it's just me, but I really like collecting things. So I'm gonna print off the distress ink like page where it's got a list of all the colours they do, like you can do for your pencils, and I'm gonna like stamp in each one that I have, and I'm excited about that. I think I have OCD, I don't know, probably. I think we're about done there with the background, aren't we? So hopefully this looking a bit like daytime. I'm going to do the flowers yellow, I think. But they just look really kind of basic and childish compared to the rest of the image, so I'm a bit worried about that. Okay, I've decided to do them yellow and pinks. So I'm going to do light cadmium yellow 105, which is one of my favourite yellows. And I'm going to mix that with dark cadmium yellow 108, and then I'm going to use the light purple pink 128 and mix that with the pink carmine 127. So yeah, I think I'm just going to like bit and bob so they're not all the same colour. Maybe it's just hard, like I don't really know what to do with these. They're a bit strange. I really don't know what colour to do the dragon either, because I don't want to do it in red because that's there. I don't really want to do it blue because there's already a lot of blue. Green, there's a lot of green with the leaves. So maybe purple, maybe pinky. I don't know what colour to do it. If I don't get to that today, then please comment down below what colour we need to do the dragon, because it needs to get done and I am struggling with the colour theme. This is why this page is taking me so long. I'm literally just chatting away, taking ages on each little bit, but that's the fun of it. It's a series on my channel, so it's supposed to take long. It's probably going to be like a 500-part series. Biggest series we've ever seen, huh? So let's do the top half's like a light, and then the bottom half's the dark a bit. Okay, so that's it. The flowers are done. We'll do the leaves and the stems, and that little section will be over and done with. Moving on pretty fast. So I'm going to go with just some like bright colours. I want to use some really bright colours around here. I'm not even going to attempt to do anything fancy. I'm just going to literally colour in the stems, because this bit feels like it's just really simple and nice and happy. So I'm going to do them a nice bright green. And then we will do the little mouse. Actually, one thing I've never done before is like colouring animals like with the fur and stuff. I have the animal edition from Colouring Heaven's colouring book, the new one, and it's full of animals on every page, so we're gonna have to tackle that at some point. It's just intimidating and I'm not sure why. And I feel like I'd get bored of just like doing so many little lines for fur, and I'd probably just end up colouring it in. This little mouse looks really happy in a little flower garden. Well, it's not little, a big flower garden, bigger than her. There we go, just some bright, happy little flowers. So we'll move on to the mousey, the greys and browns. So these are the colours I'm going to give a go. I might not use all of them, but these are the ones I've chosen. So we have olive green, yellowish 173, earth green 172, raw umber 180, and warm grey 271. So I might not use all of them, but these are the ones I've picked that I feel like are a little bit mousy, and I'm going to probably give her like a light chest and then the rest of her a little bit darker. So I'm going to go in with the warm grey 2 first and just give her a little bit of a light grey chest. I'm going to go in with earth green 172. nice little red apron, and then we'll move on to another section. I'm trying to speed up the process so we can also just move on to another page because we've been on this page a long time now, and I'm starting to get the little buzz where I want to change, and I don't want to do that because this challenge is to complete the book, not to start pages and give up. So I'm really trying. Now, the Prismacolor white is my absolute favourite white. I prefer it over the polychromos white pencil, just because obviously they're a lot creamier, so they blend a lot better, and it's my all-time favourite white pencil, and I love using it to create highlight or to blend the colours together. I like to use the colours themselves to blend with each other, but sometimes using the white just adds something extra, makes it a little bit nicer, and I just love the effect you can get from it. It almost looks like watercolour sometimes. It just blends really nice. So it's made like the highlight on this apron kind of a lot better than it was from just using the pencils. If you are new to my channel and you don't know all this stuff, I do have all my favourite stuff that I use listed down below in the description for colouring. This that I use to just brush all the bits away because it can like smear across your pages and it's just horrible. It's just a makeup brush that I got off of eBay one day and decided to use it for colouring instead of makeup. And there's a few of them in the set and they're pretty cheap. You can get loads of different styles, and I thought it would come in pretty handy just to brush all the little bits away that we don't want on the page. But everything else that I do use like every day, that are my favourite items, I've listed them all in the description down below, just in case you're kind of new to colouring or you just want to see if there's anything that you don't have and you want to experiment with or just look at. It's all listed down below. I've listed a lot of stuff down below. I just shove all the information down there, so if you're not sure about something, have a look down below or drop me a comment or a message and ask me a question and I'll be happy to answer if I know the answer. Always remember to rub off the last colour on your white pencil because it will smear on all the other colours. I might use a white gel pen and just do a white line on the head, I'm not sure, it might ruin it. It's so hard sometimes to think about what you want to do because you're scared it might ruin, but I'm not sure. So I wanted a day theme down here, and this looks like a pot full of nighttime, which I was going to do it that way, but I wanted to keep this a daytime theme, so it's probably going to be a daytime pot stars. They don't exist, but they do now, so that's what we're going to go with, I guess. I'm also not sure what to do with the door, probably brown with vines on. And then we've got a lot of bricks to do. And I don't know what colour to do the backgrounds on these. Maybe I should have done it all like the blue rising up. Maybe that would have been a good idea. I think that's what I'm going to do, I've decided. So I know it's not complete, it's not as dark as nighttime, but it's still going to get dark at the bottom. So I've got back out the light phthalo blue, then I've got the middle phthalo blue this time, and I've got the phthalo blue on its own, and then I've got bluish turquoise 149. So I'm going to build it up, I'm going to do the darkest and then build up to the light so it kind of matches along here, and just keep it the same theme, because otherwise I don't know what colour to do the backgrounds and I'll struggle. So we will get done with that. I might speed it up if it takes a while because it's quite a simple thing to just get on with and it's probably boring to watch, so I'll get on with colouring that and we'll see what it ends up looking like. I'm going to just turn the page. I apologise if it's an awkward angle, but sometimes I colour at an angle and I never know if you want me to zoom like all the way in or out a bit. You need to let me know this kind of stuff because I don't know what you like. And this video is for all of you as well. So let me know what you prefer. So I'm going to go in with a light layer first just so I can make sure that I've got the colours where I want them to be, and it'll be easier to get rid of if I'm not happy with it. So we've got 2 extra blues to add in, so I've got the darkest one and then I've got a middle one to add. So this one I'm not going to bring up too high because it's not night time, and I'm obviously going to bring the fell off blues to meet this one, so I'm going to need the middle one in here somewhere. In fact, the middle one should have gone between them two, shouldn't it? I see what it's like. I might not add the middle one. It just depends on what it's going to look like. It's quite hard at this angle. It's also nearly the last page in the book, so it's quite weird, like pushing down in here. There's quite a big gap between this and the thing, so when you push down here it's probably damaging it quite a bit. It's also quite difficult to colour, so I do apologise if it's all at weird angles and quite annoying to watch. I'm really struggling with getting an angle where I can actually colour it, so just bear with me. I'll make sure you can see the finished piece once it's done. Any bits that I go over, I'm just going to rub out with the mini eraser. It's a lifesaver. I'm kind of promoting it a lot, but I used to think I wasn't going to like it and now I love it. It was a love-hate relationship. I've actually lost my giant eraser. I can't find it anywhere. And that's a little bit of an emergency because if we have a big dilemma, I'm going to need it. I ordered, I think I mentioned this in one of my videos, it's obviously been a while since I've done some videos because of being ill, but I ordered a electric pencil sharpener and it terrifies the hell out of me because it literally just grabs the pencil and it's so rough and it's just like brother and it literally just tears the friggin' pencil apart, and I'm like, is that meant to happen? So I haven't used it, and now I feel like I've just wasted like money on it because it's just sat there. So I might sell it. I don't know if I'm ever going to use it because when you've got pencils like these, polychromos, you don't want them ruining because they're expensive. You have to be careful sharpening because, like, obviously banging them around is just going to break the lead, and the way that that kind of grabbed the pencil and just like dragged it around, it was just literally chewing the pencil up. So I might contact the seller and ask them if that's normal. I don't know. It's a little bit scary. And it's put me off electric pencil sharpeners, but I just thought it might be quite an easy thing to do because I can just sit here and just be like beep and it'd be done. Sometimes I think the way I sharpen pencils breaks the leads. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. I can talk forever. I'm sorry. So getting there, so it's kind of working how I wanted it to. I've just thought I would complete this first block before we did the rest, just to see what it looked like. And now that I've done it, I kind of feel like I should have done the darkest up here and gone light, because then it probably would have followed the theme of dark to light at the bottom, but it's kind of a bit too late for that now. We'll just have to go with the flow. So I'm just going back over this, pressing down pretty hard and getting all the little bits done and then blending them together. I'm not going to be using the medium blue. I think these all just work fine together, and it's kind of too late for that anyway. I don't know why I got it out, because it would have gone between them two. And these two blend nicely too. I don't know if you noticed as well, so when I blended, what I did is I just did some streaks down, so I kind of just brushed it down into the other colour lightly. I'll zoom in and show you. So I kind of just brushed it down, the colour, so that when you blend them together, it makes it a lot easier. There's not like harsh lines between each colour, because when I first started blending I would always get like harsh lines where the two colours met each other, but after just like experimenting and watching other videos and getting advice and everything, I've kind of just started doing it where you kind of just like brush into the other colour, and then it gives the gives a blend a lot nicer look and stops the harsh lines. So as you can see, I can't see a harsh line there right now, so it's worked out okay. It's not even that much darker than the colour above it, to be honest, which is fine, because I didn't want it to be dead dark down here. We've got dark at the top. I wanted it to just be kind of like a bit like a summer evening when the sky starts just being like a dark blue, and there's birds singing, there's flowers everywhere, you're kind of just outside, you can hear kids playing in swimming pools, that kind of feel. That's what I think of when I think of summer. But my favourite time of year is winter, oh well, autumn actually. So yeah, I don't know why I'm talking so much about summer when autumn is my all-time favourite. So we're coming into the season where I get super happy and start doing everything Halloween, everything horror, everything autumn and cozy and hot chocolate stuff. All that kind of jazz. It's my absolute favourite. If it's your favourite season, just comment down below what your favourite season of the year is. I'd love to know. I know a lot of people actually prefer autumn to, well, it's fall in America, you call it fall, but autumn to the other months. It's just a really cozy feel, isn't it? And it kind of just, it's time to just wrap up warm and get cozy. But some people also do just prefer the hot weather and the sunshine. But I always cover my body up. I'm insecure, and then I look forward to the winter when I can just put big baggy jumpers on instead of wearing dresses and stuff. I do like wearing dresses, but I definitely prefer a warm dressing gown and jumper. So they blended well. You can't really like tell, I don't think. There's not that much difference between the two blues anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. But it's blending into a light blue, so that's the look that we wanted to go for. I feel like it's got suddenly really light there, so I'm just gonna... Now the trick is to just bring the rest of it up the same, so I'm not going to do that bit. I'm just going to do these bits to wherever that is there, and then do the background of the bricks. Yeah, and then we'll have the bricks, and then we've got these. So we're getting there. It shouldn't take too much longer to finish this page, and then we can pick a whole new page to get on with, which I'm actually excited about. I don't know what page I want to do next. Maybe this next one, because there's some nice little images on here. I really like these types of images where there's like writing in the middle and little graphics all around it. I do prefer that kind of page. blue on this bit then, and then we will take it up here into the lighter blue, and then that should be it for that. There is a lot of blue on this page. A lot of blue. I feel like we're nearly there though. I feel like I've got quite a bit done today. It's probably another long video, but I did warn that would probably happen, longer videos for this ultimate colouring challenge, because ultimately we need to get it done. This is only page 1 of all of them, so how crazy is that? We have a long journey ahead of us, but we can do this. I've actually seen a lot of pictures on Facebook pages of people's books, the same as this one, falling apart after they've been using it quite a lot, because it's made of like papery, cardy stuff. Like, I don't know, it's quite delicate. Like the whole thing, it all unstuck, and a lot of people's books literally just fell to pieces, so I'm a bit concerned about that. I'm hoping that didn't happen, but obviously there's not much I can do about it, because you have to keep opening and closing the book really, and it's probably gonna happen at some point. So I do have some hole punches because I do planning. I've got what's called like a happy planner hole punch thing, and it hole punches things that you can put into your planner, and I guess I could get some happy planner rings and put them in this, but I've not done that before, so it's not something I particularly want to do if I don't have to. So I'm going to try and really look after this book, and hopefully it will survive. It is quite nice colouring in the pages on their own though. If it did fall apart, it would be a lot easier to just take each page and just colour it on its own. And then I'd probably just put it all into its own folder, you know, like just a binder. Get some plastic sleeves in it, which I've already got, and just pop the book in there. It wouldn't be too much hassle. Probably actually quite like that, and then you can just sit there and flick through your folder and see each page. And the pages are a lot easier to colour in when they're not in a book, so I guess if it happened it would probably be okay. I can't wait for Kirby Roseanne's new colouring book. It looks really good, and I love all of his books, so I cannot wait for that to come out. I actually want to get the new Alan Roberts horror colouring book. I know he's just brought a new one out. I think it's called something like Creature Feature or something, and I've seen a lot of people colouring it and it looks really good. I really want to get that, but it will have to wait. Got plenty to be getting on with anyway. Barely finishing much at the minute. I will hopefully get a video together though of the finishes. I'm really happy that I've actually done a whole page. I did the well, just before I got ill, literally that night, I did a 12-hour stream on Twitch of literally just doing crafts for 12 hours on this live stream. And there wasn't too many people there because I'm still quite new to it, but a few people did drop in, come and go and watch it, which is pretty cool. And it stays up on there, and it's also on my YouTube. And in that video, I managed to finish Colouring Heaven brought out obviously a Halloween colouring book, and in there there's some autumn themed ones also, and they did like a little challenge on the Facebook page if you wanted to do it, where they gave you a colour scheme to use and just literally only use those colours on that certain page. So I gave it a go because I've never done a challenge like that before. I've never like restricted myself properly to so many colours. I do use colour charts to choose colours, but I don't restrict myself to just those colours for the whole page. So it was a bit of a challenge, and I did start getting bored of the colours, but what I did try and make it look like there was more colours is that like blend the colours together to create obviously like new colours, and just did like a lot of shading and stuff like that, and it worked out okay in the end. I'm quite happy with how it looks, but I actually managed to do a page finish finally, because I haven't actually finished a page in ages. If you look at my Instagram, it's full of like part pages that are complete, like for bits that I'm happy with, but then I'll end up moving on after. So I need to just go back through them and just get the pages finished, because what I also end up doing is the colours that I used for them, I end up like, I've got this bag thing that I use, and I pop all the colours in there for that page so I know which colours I've used. But then because I'm moving on to other pages and other books, I forget what book and what pages the colours were for, so then it all gets muddled up and it's all a mess and I've got pencils everywhere. It's just a mess. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I'm messing it up. So I need to sort myself out and like either finish a page before I move on, or just, I don't know, write the colours down or something. But I could do with getting some finishes done, because I'd like to do a video on all my finished pages. And I've got a few that's like nearly finished, so if I just get my act together and finish them, there might actually be some content for the video. I do want to try and do it where it's like a monthly thing, where like these are the pages I've completed this month kind of thing. I'd like to do that each month, so I need to try and like book up my colouring and get a lot more done each month, so I've got something to put in the video. But I also don't just colour, I also do the cross stitching, and I've got a diamond painting as well that I'd like to get done. So there's a lot of stuff to fiddle about with in the background. I need to do some more cross stitching videos really. It's quite difficult to do a cross stitching video because I don't really know what everyone will want to see. I don't know whether they want to see me just sat there cross stitching, or whether like, because obviously once I do a video on like this is all my projects and then this is this, then that's kind of it. There's nothing else to really do apart from just like, here is me cross stitching. So if you are into cross stitching, what kind of videos do you want to see to do with that? Because I do run a cross stitching business, so I have obviously a lot to do with it. It takes over my life, but I don't know what kind of content people would want to see in a video. Right, so it looks like moving on up to the lighter colours. So I'm gonna, it's kind of here, so I'm just gonna pop this here just so I know, and then I'll add this in down here. Okay, so I think that should be about it for this video. Finally, I've got quite a big chunk of the page done, and let's turn the fan off. And we don't have that much left to do, so I'm hoping what is left can be done in one more video. So as you can see, we have done a nighttime theme along the top with a shiny lanterns, and then we have the speech. We've got to do the dragon and the door. We've done the cute little mouse and her flower garden, and then we have the things to do at the bottom. Obviously I need to rub out where I've gone over the lines, and then it's kind of faded into a light blue. So let me zoom out for you. There we go, and that is what we have done on today's page. I don't know if I'm happy with it. It's a bit weird, but sometimes it's hard to know what colours to do and what you should really do with a page. Maybe I'll like it when it's finished. I really like this bit, but this bit, meh. I don't know. We'll see what it's like. So I'm going to actually probably go straight into, well, I'm going to go and have my dinner, then I'm going to go straight into filming the next video straight after dinner and try and get this page finished today. So hopefully I'll have 2 videos up for you pretty quick, one after another. So if you are still here, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the fact that you are supporting my channel and watching me, and you know, just being there in general. If you are not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. It's completely free and it just helps me out a ton, and it also just makes me really happy knowing that people are subscribed. It just makes me feel like I've got loads of friends and, I don't know, a nice little crafty community. But anyway, thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!